What's up, everyone? Safe Fun Talk back, and today I want to talk about something I think not enough people are utilizing with the League mechanic and just in general, and that is omens. Now, this is going to be a quick video. I'm just going to go over the types of omens, but also tell you the one that I used to level much easier. That helped me a lot, that I do not think enough people either know about or they know about it and they do not use it. Now, there are many different kinds of omens for this league. There are ones that will do certain things to an item, like when you use a chromatic orb on an item, it'll make 1 to 3 sockets become white, meaning they can socket any color gems. There's some really good ones, like when you use an orb of fusing, you get maximum links, so it guarantees that the thing will 6-link. There are some that will make it so when you are about to die or you get low on life, you will get something like 75% chance to avoid damage for 4 seconds. There's a cool one, Omen of Brilliance, that after you level up, you get 100% more experience gain for 60 seconds. This would be pretty cool if you were leveling in 5 ways to help you, but I suggest only if you have quite a bit of currency, because right now this is set at about 1 divine for 60 seconds. A 5-way lasts about 5.5 minutes, so unless you have plenty of currency and you are just trying to save time, this probably wouldn't be worth it, but it is cool that it is in there. Also, on a quick side note, there is an omen that gives 300% of the experience lost when you die to skill gems, and I have not tested this for leveling gems, but a couple people have told me that it really is not worth it. Now, let's get to the omen that I use and keep in my inventory almost constantly, and I feel like more people should use, and that is the Omen of Amelioration. This is going to make it so when you die, 75% of your experience loss is prevented. So once you get higher levels and the general loss is 10%, you only lose 2.5%. Now, some people might be saying, well, what about the other ones where you don't lose that, even that 2.5%, because you get 75% chance to avoid damage, and you don't die at all or in general? Well, if you've played POE long enough, you know that a lot of the time you die is from getting one shot by some straight nonsense. So it doesn't matter if you get to 25%, because you are going to just die anyways. You skip over that 25 low life threshold. Now keep in mind, you can keep multiple omens in your inventory. You can keep a 25% and this to have a double backup. I do not do that usually, but that is not a terrible idea. It gives you 2 fallbacks to try and save your experience if you're trying to level, and especially once you get closer to 90 and above, the experience slows down and losing 10% can be pretty traumatic. If I wanted to spend 30 to 40 minutes getting progress only to have ended up farther back than when I started, I would go back to playing League of Legends. Now, with all omens, you can have multiple in your inventory and it will only use 1. So I have 2 here. I can keep them in my inventory. If I die, it will only use 1. Now, this character's level 100, so these are pointless to me now. But these help me hit level 100. And considering how squishy this build is, it was a lifesaver. I would keep one of these in my inventory because I would like to run unidentified maps. Now, unidentified maps, if you don't know, if you run them unidentified, you get an extra 30% quant bonus off the jump. So something like a rare one. Now, the problem is you cannot see the mods. And even for something like this build, I cannot regenerate life, mana, and energy shield very easily, and I definitely cannot do reflex elemental damage, but I would still like to do the unidentified map. So even though getting a reflect elemental damage was not that common while running these, keeping one of these in my inventory made it capable, so if it was reflect elemental and I found out real quick by jumping into a pack and immediately dying, it was not the end of the world. I just had to run, a couple more maps to get that 2.5% map back, or map experience, sorry. Another advantage to these is it kind of keeps you in check because you can only consume 1 omen in each combat area. So if you die in a map and it consumes one of these, the next time you die, it is going to take 10%. So that is not an advantage per se. I misspoke. It will keep you kind of humble and showing you and forcing you, because if you are like me and you roll a map too hard and you have, say, 40% experience, you get kind of cocky and think, okay, I died once, I'm not going to die again, and then you die again in the next 30 seconds and you lose 10 more percent, but you are so damn stubborn that you keep trying to do the map when you should just admit that it is too tough and you rolled it too hard. That is not the end of the world. Every build has its weaknesses, or I should say, the vast majority of them have their weaknesses. There are a couple, handful of mirror builds that could pretty much do all the content in the game very easily, but don't strive for that off the get-go, especially if you're a newer player. It's not going to happen. Your build is going to have weaknesses. You need to accept that. So the fact you can only use one is kind of a reminder, oh, I used my Omen. Maybe this is too hard. I shouldn't risk losing any more experience. There's no point in having this go to waste because these are about 30 to 40 chaos. I don't know if they've gone up since I've checked last. I haven't checked in a couple days. So to get these, you can go to the trade site and you can go to the bulk trade section, which is this tab right here. You can click on Ancestor currency and it is in the bottom right corner, Omen of Amelioration. You can click that. You can click search and let's see, this is going in divine. You can switch this to say I have chaos. So yeah, there are about 44 chaos you can get. You can buy them in bulk this way. Click this, click direct whisper, or you can go to just a normal search and type in Omen of Amelioration and search this way if you just want to get one. Now, for obvious reasons, I do not suggest getting these if you are dying constantly. If you are so squishy and your build is having serious issues, do not waste your currency on these. These are more for people that are kind of, dying once every 10, 15 maps, or more importantly, maybe getting one shot by something randomly every 10 to 15 maps. Stuff like that, things that happen. If you're dying constantly, that's probably more of an issue with your build. You probably should not sink a ton of currency into these omens. You should try and figure out what the hell is wrong with your build, whether it be chaos resistance, maybe you don't have defensive layers, being, okay, I have a lot of evasion, I should try and get spell suppression also, so if I get hit by something, it's not as detrimental. But that is it for talking about omens and the one I use, Omen of Amelioration, for leveling to help you guys out. So make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you go follow on twitch.tv/SafeOnTalk, where I am streaming multiple times a week, and just hang out with us and the regulars. We answer as many questions as we possibly can. A lot of helpful people over there on the channel, and I will gladly answer any questions and even kill some bosses. If you say need a watchstone, I do not mind. As long as you have the invitation, you can't threaten me with a good time by killing bosses. Except for Cirrus. I cannot do Cirrus. I hate Cirrus. I'm not going to do Cirrus. You can't make me. Anyways, thanks guys, and we will see you next time.